You have probably heard this before. 1 to 5 rep range builds strength, 8 to 12 reps build muscles, and 20 plus reps are just for cardio or endurance. And this idea has been repeated for decades. But in this video, I'm gonna tell you why this idea is outdated, and I'm gonna cover what mistakes most of the beginners do in the gym in terms of doing the perfect rep range or volume of the workout. So from the last 8 years, I have tried all of the rep range in my workout for building up more strength, muscle mass, and even for endurance training as well. And I have found that all of the rep range build muscles, but the question is which one build the most amount of muscles faster. So recently, a year ago, I have found a scientific study where researchers have split tested 3 groups of people, where group A was lifting heavy weights in a lower rep range, and group B was lifting medium weights with a medium rep range, and group C was lifting lighter weights with a higher rep range. And interestingly, researchers have found that as long as they were doing the same number of sets and pushing till the failure, they all have built the same amount of muscles. So which rep range is good for building up more muscle mass? It's so confusing, right? On paper, they all have built the same muscles, but in real life, it is not the same. Let's compare if you do the lower rep range and the higher rep range. If you aim for doing lower rep range in your sets, let's say if you're aiming to hit 3 to 5 rep range in an incline dumbbell chest press, you have to lift up heavier dumbbells in order to hit failure. And in heavier weights, your muscle fibers have to work in unit and have to work a lot harder to push that heavy weight. And there's a lot of chances of injury, but you're also gonna increase your strength faster if you do that for a long time. And on the other hand, if you lift lighter weights for higher rep range, let's say 20 plus reps, for some kind of isolation movements is good for forearms or maybe lateral delts. But if you go for higher rep range in bigger muscle groups, let's say quads muscles, your body will produce a lot of lactic acid in those muscles due to higher rep range, and you will think that you are hitting failure, but that's actually a lactic acid that is stopping you to do that movement. But still you have a less risk of injury in a higher rep range. So which one should you do? Should you do lower rep range or should you do higher rep range? In my learnings from what I've learned from the 8 years of training, I have found that whenever I go for heavy weights and I try to increase the weights that I'm lifting, I always build the most amount of muscles. Because if there is only one factor that I have to tell you guys in terms of building up more muscle faster, then that is progressive overload. And that too in terms of lifting heavier weights. If you're going to the gym consistently and your body is not capable of lifting more weights than you have lifted last week, then you're probably revolving around the same strength level and you're not gonna build up more muscle mass. But I'm not telling you to go to full powerlifting mode and do only 1 to 3 rep range. I always try to increase my strength in only 5 to 8 rep range. If I wanna increase weight in any type of exercise, I aim for being in between 5 to 8 rep range, and as soon as I get more stronger in that exercise and I get like 9, 10 or 12 reps in that exercise, I jump to a heavier weight and aim for 5 to 8 reps again. And you don't certainly need a lot of sets in the particular exercise too. I do only 2 sets for every exercise, and the first set is always be my top set where I'm lifting the heavy weights in the 5 to 8 rep range. And this is the opposite of most people's advice, but I want to go to my top working set as fresh as I can with the highest amount of energy so that I can perform better. And of course, I want to warm up before with maybe a little bit lower weights, but the first set will be my top working set. And in the second set, I drop the weight down to the medium weight and then I aim for 8 to 12 rep range. And this personally works best for me because I'm building up more strength and I'm also being in the hypertrophy rep range too. And you don't need more than 2 sets if you're only trying to build up more muscle mass. If you are actually pushing to the failure and getting no reps in reserve in the tank, then 2 sets are actually more than you think. More than that is just a junk volume. You cannot give your 100% into it, and your muscles are already being stimulated, so you don't need more than 2 sets per exercise. And I've also made a video on that, how many sets and exercise you should do per muscle groups in order to grow them, so you can go and watch that on my channel. And there is also one more thing that I've learned in the 8 years of my lifting journey. As long as you're consistent in your training and doing the hard work, no matter what rep range are you following, maybe 5 to 8 rep range, 8 to 12 or maybe more than 20 reps, you're gonna build up muscle mass. And I have got this far in my fitness fitness journey, not only because I have the perfect rep range or the perfect blueprint or the workout routine, but because I've always optimized for having fun. Even if I did a lot of mistakes in my training, I was switching around here and there with my workout split or the rep range and the number of sets and everything, I was still having fun. I was still going to the gym consistently. So that's what separated me from the other autistic overthinkers who would think that I will go to the gym only when I have the perfect workout routine or when I have the perfect rep range or the number of sets that I have to do. So for those guys, I have to tell you that all of the rep range build muscles. You just have to be consistent and train really hard. But if you still have to optimize for the perfect rep range, then just follow what I have told you to do. Just do only 2 sets per exercise. In the first set, go hard and do only 5 to 8 rep range. And in the second set, do 8 to 12 rep range and still try to lift up more weights and progressive overload. So this is all what I have to tell you guys in this video. Go and implement this rep range in your workout routine and come back after a few weeks or a month and let me know what happens. So this is all in this video. If you want my personal help in getting leaner, building an aesthetic body and becoming more attractive, then check out the top link in the description. That's my online fitness community where I have given you the step-by-step process to get leaner and build an attractive physique. So go right now and check out the top link in the description, or you can also scan this barcode if you're watching this on TV. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel and leave a like and also write down a comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.